This video, I'm going to show you how to change your current vibration for your current identity for the year 2020. Your identity is what's keeping you in your current vibration, and when you change it, you change everything. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do that. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to change the vibration of your current identity so that you then create a completely new reality in 2020. And in 2020, I'll say first off as well, I believe that the vibration on the planet is continuing to raise. As it raises, things keep happening easier than ever. And it's not even that the planet itself is raising, although I believe it is. It's that we are raising our vibration, and as we raise our vibration, the things we think of come to fruition easier and quicker than ever. So right now, your current reality is a reflection of how you think, how you feel, and how you act. This is your vibration, and your current identity, the way you view yourself, is what is keeping your vibration on autopilot. Think of it like your vibration is the way that you see yourself, and you're doing everything you can to remain consistent to that. If you see yourself as unworthy, then you'll constantly find reasons to feel unworthy, and you'll also be projecting that energy out, and other people will respond to you in that way. If you see yourself as somebody that has to work a 9-to-5 job, something you're not passionate about, then you will experience your thoughts, emotions, and actions will be equal to the story you tell yourself that you have to work a 9-to-5 job that you're not passionate about. Your reality is a complete reflection of the current identity you are embodying. So the first part about this is understanding that the story you tell yourself, it's what's keeping that vibration in place. And I used to have a story that I had to work a 9-to-5 job selling women's shoes. I was not passionate about it. I told myself a story that it was very hard for me to focus and that I wasn't able to meditate because that seemed boring. That was the reality I experienced. And there are many people you'll see, and you can hear their stories in their own language. Their language, they'll be talking to you and they'll be like, oh yeah, but this is the way it is. You gotta have a job, you gotta pay the bills. And that story is what keeps that reality going. Now you can say, well, it's true. You do have to pay the bills, but the means to pay your bills doesn't have to be a job you're not passionate about. Could you at certain point change your story? Think of it like a movie. Everyone has, in a way, that you are the star of your own movie, or you're the cameo of your own movie if you're not embodying that star role. Now imagine that at a certain point in your story, you just decide you are going to go for what you are passionate about. And when you make that change, then that puts you on a different timeline. You change the script. That's exactly what I did. I changed the script. I had a certain story that was on autopilot. I worked at sales for years. And then I was like, you know, this just isn't working for me. I'm making weekly videos on YouTube. I have to change something if I want to change my reality. So then what I did is I changed my identity. I changed the way that I saw myself. Instead of me seeing myself as somebody that has to work a 9-to-5 job, I said, this is who I am. I am somebody that creates daily videos on YouTube because part of my identity is I am a full-time YouTuber. So therefore, I started to wire that in. No matter what the outer reality told me, no matter if people said, oh, this video seems cringy or whatever it is, I decided this is who I am, I'm going this direction. And then eventually, reality began to change on the outside because I went beyond the way I was currently thinking at that time. I went beyond the feelings I was feeling a majority of the time, and I went beyond the actions I was taking for a majority of the time. So in 2020, it's really about you going beyond your current identity of what is comfortable. If you stay with what is comfortable, then you'll continue to get the same reality you've got from the last period of time, for the last years, and most likely that's just completely on autopilot. If you want to change your reality, you have to go beyond what is comfortable, beyond the current thoughts, feelings, and actions. And that won't always feel comfortable. But guess what? You did not come here to only feel comfortable. I believe you came here because you had a mission. And that mission is for you to do what you're passionate about and to create life on your own terms. Not on the terms that somebody tells you you have to do it this way. Your family members tell you that this is what you're meant to be doing. This is how that would make them feel comfortable if you would act this way. Your friends and family asking you to be the way that they always expect you to be. But guess what? Part of the reason you're here is to go beyond that shell. And then to emphasize to other people through the way you are being that they too can go beyond how they are currently thinking, feeling, and acting. And that when they go beyond how they are currently feeling, thinking, and acting, they too can get amazing results. And you will be a leader in that way. Does not mean you have to share this information as your passion. It could be, but it doesn't mean it has to be. It could be just by you embodying the true vibration of who you are. And you being passionate about it and them going, hey, this person's very passionate about what they're doing. And they do it without needing other people to validate them. That's impressive. Maybe I could do that thing that I was thinking of for so long, but I never actually did. And then you inspire people through your beingness to do that. And I believe that the people that are watching my videos now, I believe that you are at the leading edge of this transformation. I believe there's a transformation happening on the planet. More and more people are waking up every day to who they are, that they can live their purpose and that they can be who they really are without the confinements of society that tells them how to live and tells them the way to be. And I believe that you are at the leading edge of that, and you can help other people to wake up as well. But you first off just need to embody that energy yourself. Maybe you already are. But regardless, this is about you coming into your own power, you being the star of your own movie. Because whatever your identity is, the way you see yourself, that's why the first step to this process is knowing, how do you see yourself? If you see yourself as somebody that's trapped in a belief system, somebody that's trapped doing something you don't love, then that will continue to be your reality. And your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions will be consistent to that identity. Because that's the way you see yourself. Here's the thing. Most people just aren't aware of how they see themselves. They see themselves as somebody that has to live in that story. That's just the way reality is. That's not the way reality is. That's the way that reality has become comfortable. And I'll show you something right now. This right over here is something that I did at like this Tony Robbins thing that I went to with Victor, my buddy Victor Odo. We went to Tony Robbins for 6 days, and on it, you become aware of a lot of your rules you have and the values you have, which are kind of like beliefs. You have towards values and rules that you want to be driven by, and you have away values and rules. This is my mission statement. I look at it every day. The purpose of my life is to be loved, to enjoy life, and to raise my vibration for myself and help others do it too. That's my mission. I believe that's many of your missions too, by the way, is to raise your vibration and to help other people do it too. Now, there's towards values. Anytime the idea is contribution, anytime I remember my intention to help others, anytime I'm adding value to others, anytime I'm doing these things, I feel these emotions. It's very easy for me to feel these emotions because I make it easy. Anytime I feel love, anytime I put attention to my heart. Very easy to do. Now, away values, comfort is the top of the list. I realize you want your away values to be ones that will hold you back from achieving your dreams. The one thing that will hold me back from achieving my dreams is comfort. If I get comfortable with thinking, feeling, and acting in consistency to just making videos on YouTube, I'll never actually live out my full potential. And even before that, if I was comfortable at that 9-to-5 job that I had, and I was just getting by with paying the bills, guess what? I wouldn't be able to live life on my own terms, making YouTube videos, traveling the world, and living where I want, and in the lifestyle that I want. Comfort in 2020 will be the thing that holds you back from becoming the true expression of who you are. And remember, how you think, feel, and act is your vibration, and that is simply up until this point been on autopilot and been extraordinarily comfortable. And to really achieve your dreams in 2020, what you must do is go beyond how you think, go beyond how you feel, and go beyond how you act. You must make a choice. And as you make that choice, you begin to go beyond. And guess what? When you do that consistently, the reflection you get in outer reality will then begin to change. And you'll look back and go, wow, I'm in a completely different reality now. This is completely different. Now, one way you can do this in 2020 is to simply do something your current identity would never do. Your current identity would be afraid to do. I did this in 2019. In some ways, one of my intentions to see some of my power virtues was courage, playfulness, grateful, and determined. These are power virtues that I need to achieve my vision, my dream. Courage, playfulness, gratefulness, determination. One of them is playfulness. So what I decided in 2019 I was going to do that my old identity would have never done is I'm going to dance more often. Dancing was something, I always told myself a story. I'm not good at dancing. I don't dance very often. So what I did in 2019 is anytime I had the opportunity, I would push myself to dance. I went to that place in Costa Rica. There was an ecstatic dance thing. There was like a wedding that I went to that I decided, no, I didn't have to dance. There were a lot of people standing around. I said, okay, no, I'm gonna go dance. By doing that, I broke out of the old identity which says dancing is not very comfortable. I'm not very good at dancing. You know what I found out? I pushed myself to do it. I'm not the most amazing dancer, which maybe is the story I tell myself. Maybe it's true. But I can enjoy it and get into it and keep a beat. So how did I get there? I got uncomfortable. I started to dance. Anytime the opportunity came up, instead of saying that's not me, I don't want to do that, I'm going to go do that thing. I'm going to go forth in the thing. When you go to a Tony Robbins event, by the way, as well, you're going to dance every hour and a half. You're going to get up and dance to keep you awake because you're there for 13 hours a day in a 40-degree room. So that's the idea. Is in 2019, what I encourage you to do is to do something you have never done before. And that by doing something you've never done before, it will begin to change your life in a very powerful way. Now, this is the key, is challenging. So first off, becoming aware of the old self-image and becoming aware of it and seeing it almost as the old version of you, because then you begin to take it out of the identification. Become aware of the old self-image. The old version of me that was afraid of dancing was Aaron, not even Aaron. Aaron was afraid of dancing. By giving it a name, I then able to separate myself from that identity. There it is, Aaron, afraid of dancing. That's not even me anymore though. In 2019, I danced. And I enjoyed it too. It allowed me to become more playful. It allowed me to open up my sacral chakra and my different lower energy chakras and to enjoy myself. You see? So there, identity, becoming aware of it, then challenge it. Second step, challenge it. Challenge your belief system. And when you challenge your belief system, when you challenge that identity by doing something that identity would never do, you then ask yourself this question. Well, if that's not who I am and I can do that, then who am I really? And when you look at who you really are, you'll then notice that your life begins to change because you are embodying a new vibration. Then the key is consistency with wiring in that new identity. Something you do every day that wires in that new vibration. For me, I was the old vibration, the 9-to-5er, Aaron, who needed to work a 9-to-5 job to feel comfortable, who was afraid of making daily videos on YouTube. I saw that, and then I said, no, I'm going to challenge that by making daily videos. And part of my daily practice was every single day I'm going to make a video because this is what I'm passionate about. I'm going to do that no matter what for a year straight. Within 2 or 3 months, my YouTube channel went much more viral. I went from 3,000 subscribers to 100,000, and then I was able to quit my 9-to-5 job. So challenge it, and in your daily ritual, have something you do that wires that in. Maybe if you are trying to become more able to dance and be free in your body, every morning you'd put on a song and you would dance. And guess what? The first 5-10 days, maybe not a big difference. But you do it, let's say, 3 months straight, you start to see yourself in a new way. You're not just Aaron, you're Aaron. See, that's the metaphor. And when you start to see yourself that way, guess what? That's when things begin to change. This is about shifting your identity. You have an identity lock, a little belief system that says this is who I am. Most people, 99% of people, are not aware of their self-image. Therefore, they're living in comfort, they're living on autopilot, and they're getting the same reality that is equal to how they think, feel, and act. That's the first step, becoming aware. Second step, simply challenge that belief system. Do something that identity would never do. Go dance. Go decide you're going to do your passion every day. Go for that job you were afraid to go for. Simply decide that you're going to challenge it. And then thirdly, wire it in with an action you do every single day that then begins to change your life in a very powerful way. And one thing you could do as well is you can wire that in and change your subconscious mind about who you are. Now, something that I have for this is something I'm going to be offering is that of the All Access Transformation Pass, which is all of my top transformational courses you can get right now because it's the beginning of the year. If this link works at the top of the description box below, then you can join right now and receive all 11 of those, which will help you to wire in the vibration of the new you. This is something I did back from Black Friday. I had so many people join, so many. Go to that page, check out the testimonials, see what is possible for you. This is an opportunity to get all of those, and it'll only be offered for a short period of time, so if that link works, then you can join it. Something else that I have coming up is I'm going to be having a meditation coming up for changing your dominant vibration, and I will link that in the comments when that comes out. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this episode. What is the one thing you're going to do every day to transform your life? Go ahead and put it in the comment box, and that'll be a way of holding yourself accountable. And as always, I'll see you on the next video. Peace, much love, and namaste.